Hello, this is Sarah. Today I wanted to talk to you about gentle weaning and how we did it with my daughter. She completely weaned when she was 2 months shy of turning 3. It was a very long process. I had not anticipated to be that long. However, this is how it went for us. I even returned back to work when she was 6 months old, and I knew that it did not even cross my mind that she could stop breastfeeding. She was very attached to breastfeeding, and it was very important for me as well. And later on I could stop it, but she couldn't. So a lot of effort on my side went into gentle weaning. With my daughter, we introduced solids at about 5 months and a half. From there on, we started with one feed, I think, with one solid food in the afternoon, about 4. And as 9 months old, we were giving 2 solid foods. One was at midday, and the other one was about 4. And up until 9 months old, I was feeding her milk first and then giving her the solid food. And then when she turned, I'm not sure if it was 8 or 9 months old, we switched and I switched and I gave first the solid food and then the milk. From there on, she started taking less and less milk. There were 2 what I considered extra feeds during the day that were very difficult to get rid of when she became bigger, like 18 months old. One was the morning feed. She didn't need that because she was eating breakfast, and the other one was before dinner. The one before dinner was very difficult because when I would return back from work, we would pick her up, and she was very the first thing that she wanted to do was to breastfeed, and there was no way you could give her anything else. One way that we handled that, I started like having the meal ready for her, just like it will take literally 1 minute to heat or something, and put her in front of the meal as soon as we returned home. And in this way she started gently forgetting about that feed. The other one was the morning feed, and the way that we remove that is by looking for breakfast, and we usually have a sweet breakfast, so there'll be biscuits and things with quick energy, fruit and things like that. So what we did is we started getting her very excited to eat breakfast. And the second thing, a couple of mornings I woke up earlier and went to another room, so that when she woke up, she just went to eat breakfast, and that did the trick. Every nursing to sleep session were very difficult to remove, and we did not remove almost until the end. Even after she turned 18 months old, she was waking up at least 1 per night to breastfeed. This night feed was there was a lot of letdown, so she was drinking a lot of milk. In order to ease that transition into not waking up anymore, we worked on 2 things. One was we gave her a bottle of water, and I would ask her if she wanted water instead, and she actually started drinking some water and some milk. And that actually worked a little bit because my milk supply reduced and my letdown, I noticed, was less. We also worked on introducing her to cow's milk, because until she turned 2.5, she didn't want anything to do with the milk. Not cow's milk only, but we tried many types of milk, and she did not want them. So finally I decided to change the color of the milk by adding some cocoa powder and sugar, so she started drinking this milk. At 2.5, when she started getting the cow's milk, she was suddenly sleeping all night. Another thing that I worked a lot was on latching her. there is this gentle approach to weaning the baby from nursing to sleep, and it consists of giving the breast, but then unlatching from breast before they fall asleep. And then if they cry, you give it again. So the way I noticed it worked best was me turning into my back. And then she would have to put a lot of effort to reach the breast again. And then if she was too tired, she would just turn her back and continue to sleep. And during that time, I also was looking at other ways of soothing her, because everybody's saying, well, you need to replace this habit with some other habit. But nothing I thought about was working. But when I started turning into my back, she started wanting to place her hand into my breast, and I noticed that was very soothing for her. We started using that as an alternative to breastfeeding. Now the nursing to sleep sessions were two. One when she went to sleep at midday, and the other one when she went to sleep at night. She needed that breastfeeding session, very short, to fall asleep. And then I felt stuck in there. I didn't know how to get out of it. Sometimes she would fall asleep with the three of us. So I started going away and leaving her with her father, and gently she started staying more and more. And then one day my husband said, well, you leave now and me and Emilia will sleep together, and it worked. And he did it for the whole, it was a weekend, and he did it for 2-3 times. And the next times she asked to nurse, and then we started saying, no, it's not mommy's hurts, but you can place a hand. So this thing that was very soothing for her, to place her hand into my breast, we used it as a transition time, and that worked, and she started forgetting. It was just a natural thing, and I noticed that she was okay with it. She was big enough to accept it. That was all. This is how we did it, and this is more or less how we gently weaned. I say gently because she didn't cry. The maximum that we had, she fussed a little bit when I said, no, but mommy's boobies hurt. But again, 2-3 years old, you can say a lot of things, and they would understand. The age was a big advantage for us. That was my story. If you've been through weaning and you have something to share, please share it in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. I came here because I wanted to connect with people, and this is what I've gained.